I mean, what can you say when you're the one who survived? There was a series of interviews back in the 60s, and Naomi reconstructed a script based on what she remembered from rehearsals, and the show was actually never performed. There were other inmates of Terezin that came to rehearsals, but it only ever got to the final rehearsal before the show was really canceled by the Council of Jewish Elders. That's actually really, really interesting. She was taken with a group of about 100 women out into the forest to do some work. So she was actually physically removed from Terezin to work for the German Nazis. And while they were out there, you know, living just in the wild, she started kind of doing little cabaret performances to entertain the other women. She survived the work in the forest, and they came back, and what was already going on were cabarets in the men's barracks. And I feel like this was back when Jana Šedová is actually her stage name, and the name she used to perform after surviving the Holocaust. So at this time she was actually called Trudy Poperova. So they called her troupe when she came back to Terezin and started an all-female cabaret. It was known as Trudy Popper's Cabaret, and it was kind of something that performed for women the way Schwenk's Cabaret started out performing for the men. I feel like this is a vehicle for all of the inmates and the audience members to go back to a time when they were allowed to have these moments with loved ones. And I think that you have to have this kind of romance, because Schwenk is not only trying to entertain people and communicate a political message, but he wants people to go back and live in that really human space. And I feel like we all kind of remember our first love, and that's something that can be really, really comic, but also is a point of connection for everybody in the audience.